out there, fellow gardeners and beekeepers? It's Kathy, the neighborhood gardener, out here in my hives today doing an inspection. And what I wanted to show you today, a problem that we have to deal with here, more so in the south, I understand, but small hive beetle is a problem for all beekeepers. They're going to be there. They're just a pest, but they could overtake your hive if you have a weak hive. So how I've been managing them since I've got my hives is with these small hive beetle cloths, which has worked really well up until now. It is middle of June and I'm seeing an increase in the population. So what I'm going to add now is the Beetle Blasters in addition to that cloth to try to help keep that small hive beetle population down. So let me show you what these are. So basically this is just the cloth here. There's an airplane going over, I hope you can hear me. It's just a type of a cloth, and I cut them in strips and then I lay them over the frames in the hive, just one per box. But this is what it looks like. This is kind of rumpled up, and you can kind of see right there, there is a small hive beetle, but it will trap the beetles in there. The bees actually chase the beetles into this cloth, but unfortunately you can also get a bee that gets caught in there as well. Their little legs get trapped. They're a good management. I hate to lose a couple of bees, but it happens. Anyway, as you can see, the population of small hive beetles on this is just way too much. So what I'm going to do is add the Beetle Blasters. Okay, this little plastic strip here is called a Beetle Blaster, and you can see the little container down here. I'm going to add some, you can use vegetable oil, or you can actually use, you can buy a Beetle Trap oil at your local bee company supply store. And what you do is there's holes there, and so what I'm going to do is I just take a syringe. It does not have a needle on it, but it's got a little bit of a hook, and I will take and place it inside there. Once I place this in the hive, and just add about 2 syringes of oil. The oil will be on the bottom, and then the bees will chase the beetles into here as well as in the cloths. And the bees cannot get down inside of here, but the beetles will run in there, and then I'll be able to get a better idea of what my population is looking like. So I put this in the frame first, in between 2 frames, anywhere in each one of your hive boxes. And I will be very careful to put the oil in, because the oil will kill the bees. So I'll place this in first, and then I'll use my syringe and put the oil in there. So let me just move my frames out a little bit and show you how this is going to work. Okay, so as you can see here, this is where I have laid this cloth right here. And I've placed this little trap right in between 2 frames. The bees are checking it out. So let me go ahead and I'm going to add my oil. I have just stuck this down in the bottom here and drawn up a syringe. And I'll get this away from my hive. And then I'm just going to take this, stick this in between these little ridges, and I'm going to go ahead and infuse that into the little plastic container. And I'm going to use 2 of these syringes, which should be enough oil in the bottom of this to trap any hive beetles. This syringe I actually got when I had a periodontal procedure done, and I had to use this to use a medication to rinse my mouth with, and I just saved it, and who knew it was going to end up coming in handy for these beetle traps. So I can be very careful with that. If you try to put this oil in before, you risk a chance of actually spilling some of that oil in. So this way it's in there nice and safe, and I don't harm the bees. So as you can see, this is Margaret's hive. Those girls are doing good, but I want to help them out with the small hive beetles. So that is how I end up controlling some of my small hive beetles. we'll see how this works. It is the first time that I've actually used the beetle traps because the cloths have been doing really well. So anyway, when I open up again next week, I'll see how well they're doing. So that's it for my little beekeeping video for you this week. So anyway, have a great week out there, and thanks for following along. I appreciate your time. Bye-bye.